Don't forget to check out our sponsor, The Health Blaze, at thehealthblaze.com. 100% all natural products from lotions, soaps, foot soaks, bath bombs, and much, much more. Use the promo code Goodfella1Boxing. Tell them your boy CJ Goodfella sent you. Get 18% off. We out. All right, let's do a little 30 for 30 on Errol Spence and Terence Crawford chasing Manny Pacquiao. I was watching Tom Bennett's channel yesterday. Check his channel out, Tom Bennett Sports and Entertainment. And he said that he heard Conor McGregor say that he's fighting Pacquiao sometime in 2021. Let's talk about it. Hit the subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. Now, what I understand, this year is supposed to be Pacquiao's last fight. He's supposed to fight 2 fighters this year. Now, what we can say on both sides is Errol Spence ducked the Manny Pacquiao fight. I will say that, but it really wasn't a duck because Errol Spence just got out of a car accident and Pacquiao wanted to fight him. Well, after Errol Spence called him out and said, I'm ready for anybody right now in boxing, when he did the little Brian Kenny interview and basically Pacquiao said he wanted to fight him, they said no. They didn't want to fight Pacquiao. Now Pacquiao moving on probably to fight Mikey Garcia and end his career off with Conor McGregor. But this year is supposed to be his last year fighting. And then we wouldn't even have the discussion about Errol and Terence Crawford. Now, my whole thing is Crawford was on the same side of the street with Manny Pacquiao. And Bob Arum said all these lies. He do the same thing to Shakur Stevenson. He was talking to Fred. And somebody sent me an interview. And he was talking to Bob. Bob was talking to Fred. And he told Fred that, we didn't think Shakur Stevenson was ready for Oscar Valdez. That's why. Look, Bob Arum is a racist. I don't care what nobody say. You know what I'm saying? Bob Arum is a stone cold racist. And what it boiled down to is Bob Arum is always going to make black fighters look bad when he can. He always going to make the others look good when he can. That's a fact. Oscar Valdez ducked Shakur Stevenson twice. He ducked him for the belt, and he ducked him to fight him instead of fighting Miguel Berchelt. I don't blame him because Berchelt got a title, Shakur don't. So Bob Arum ain't in the business of black fighters. So if you're a black fighter, the only way you sign to Bob Arum is if it's your last resort. But to get back on track, he did the same thing with Terence Crawford and Pacquiao. Terence Crawford wanted to fight, and he said, I don't think Crawford is ready. Bob Arum could have made Crawford and Pacquiao. And I heard Pacquiao was only looking for $20 million. And Bob Arum ain't never looking to pay nobody. So that's what it boiled down to. Both the fights could have been made. Errol Spence said, Pacquiao's on the same side of the street. They didn't make the fight. Well, Manny was on the same side of the street, and y'all couldn't make the fight. So you got 2 guys using Manny Pacquiao as a deflector seal. My whole thing is y'all can fight each other. What can you do from the Pacquiao that hasn't been done? I hear Crawford said, I can beat him better than the guys the last 3 years. This dude has had he been in the game since 96, 90, 95, 94, whatever it was. You talking about a guy who been in boxing almost, probably over 20 years now. You talking about, I could beat me. You cannot be the first to do nothing. You can't be the first to rob him. You can't be the first to stop him to the body, stop him to the chin. You can't be the first person to have a draw with him. That's a fact. That's a fact. So they will look at, man, what y'all chasing them for? They just chasing them for the money instead of taking less money up front and making more money fighting each other down the line. That's what they can do. They just know it's guaranteed more money fighting Manny Pacquiao. That's all it is. They don't believe what I believe, and some people believe, but they believe what other people do believe is that money is a mega fight. They gonna do over 1 million pay-per-views, but they don't believe it. They don't believe it. They think if you build everything up like Floyd and Pacquiao, you get more money. In history, that's not true. They built up Lopez and Gamboa. Never helped. Never happened. You know what I'm saying? So they built up Canelo and Golovkin, and most people say, well, Golovkin was old. So my whole thing is, don't believe in the stereotypes. Everybody gonna watch that fight. As long as y'all promote it, y'all hit the black media circuit or the major media circuit. Y'all probably could do Fox. Y'all can do, especially down around Super Bowl time. Y'all can do that. Y'all can do the Breakfast Club. Y'all can do Ebro. Y'all can do down in Atlanta. But the problem is they don't believe. It ain't that either one of them don't believe they can win. They don't believe they can sell. That's it. So now Pacquiao. When the last time Pacquiao did 1 million pay-per-views? Come on. When the last time Pacquiao did 1 million pay-per-views? Can't nobody remember that crap. So you chasing somebody who descended in boxing when you can ascend and fight each other. Like I said before, man. But to be honest, if they don't fight, this is nothing new in this era of boxing. It don't matter. They know these dudes got an opportunity to do 1 million pay-per-views. Going forward, ain't no other opponents they can do 1 million with. Errol can jump up 2 weight classes. Canelo ain't coming down to 160. He ain't never accommodated no nigga. Nobody. He ain't even let Amir Khan fight him at 155 pounds without a rehydration clause. So you ain't gonna fight Canelo.
You ain't gonna go to 54 and make no pay-per-view. You ain't gonna do pay-per-view there. You ain't gonna eclipse a million. Errol Spence is not gonna eclipse a million pay-per-view ever in boxing again. Especially while he in his little short prime right now, 30, 31. And Terence Crawford is never gonna eclipse a million pay-per-views. If they fight Manny Pacquiao apiece, they won't do a million. Errol Spence will do about, at best, he'll do 800,000. Crawford, at best, with top rank promoting, probably gonna do best at 500K. They fight each other, that's a guaranteed million. Forget if they say you only get 2.5 in guaranteed money. Y'all split that back end money, y'all both gonna be balling probably 20 million apiece, probably even more than that. Don't let them sit here and sell a Wilder and Fury a big fight, please. Nobody knew who Tyson Fury was when he fought Wilder the first time or the second time still. You know what I'm saying? They just try to big it up because there's a white boy there. Now, if Crawford was white and Errol was black, Errol was white and Crawford was black, they'd make that fight. But they chasing somebody. They chasing somebody. It's just high risk, low reward. You know, the reward is bigger if they fight each other, but they want to chase Pacquiao, say they want that fight, so be it. Instead of fighting each other, and my boy Johnny sent me his voice thing, he was like, they don't want to fight each other, and I believe it at this point. I believe it. They don't want to fight each other. So, moving forward, they could have had a good thing. They could have went down in boxing in history. They could have fought each other 2 or 3 times and probably made $100 million then. You know, I think Crawford, you know, he wanted to fight at one point, but you know, when somebody puts you through the rings and somebody got put court of opinion, you know, you get frustrated. I wouldn't be on the internet answering people questions about that. You need to take a pay cut, this, that, and the third. If I won every belt in boxing that's possible and I won it in a division below and I won a belt at the 35 and I won a belt at 47, how can you say he accomplished more than me? I get what he's saying. I definitely get what he's saying. What is Errol Spence accomplishment? He just touched 2 belts. Well, it don't matter what he did at 47. You know, it mattered what he done at 47. That's not true. It's been a whole bunch of examples where, you know, guys have moved up and took their stardom, you know, to another weight class. Sugar Ray Leonard, I meant the exact, but he probably did it too. Sugar Ray Leonard, Tommy Hearns, Roberto Duran moved up. You can keep going on and on. Shane Mosley moved up for Oscar De La Hoya. De La Hoya say, oh, what you did at 47, you ain't even fought at 40. You know, De La Hoya fought him. You know what I'm saying? So when you get that answer from dumb boxing fans, idiot boxing fans, they don't know nothing about boxing. That's the problem with social media. It's giving people a voice, not only in boxing, a voice to voice their opinion when their opinion don't mean shit. Well, you didn't do nothing at 47. What that mean? Floyd moved 140 pounds, and I think he fought he fought more important people on Arturo Gatti. But he fought Arturo Gatti for the lineal, I think, or at least for the WBC. You know, Oscar De La Hoya said, well, what you did at 54, Floyd? You ain't did shit at 54. You barely did shit at 47. I'm not fighting you. No, De La Hoya fought Floyd. It made money. It made sense. You know, Bernard Hopkins jumped up. Well, technically it was one weight class because he debuted at 68. He jumped up 2 weight classes and beat up on Antonio Tarver. Antonio Tarver like, what you ever did at 175? What you ever did on you beat Kelly Pavick at 60? And he didn't do all that. He didn't do all that. Imagine Jermaine Taylor coming out to Bernard Hopkins when what Kelly Pavick did at 160. I ain't fighting him. He got to do something. I drop my belts. That's what these pussies sound like today. Oh, I ain't fighting him. Man, come on, man. Floyd is the most influential fighter in this era of boxing, and you can see it. Oh, he ain't did this. He got to do this. Man, get out of here, man. To be a world title holder on any sanctionable body, probably 98 of the pop, and 98, probably 99.9% of the population couldn't do it. Probably couldn't do it. That's a fact. Do you know how hard it is to win a world title? Man, I go to low-level fights, mid-level fights, and high-level fights. The biggest difference between the prize fighters and the fighters on the prize is the fighters that's not on the prize level, they got to work a job, and then they still got to train. So their stamina is not, skills ain't the biggest difference. The stamina, the physical condition, having the company, the promotional company pay for the strength, conditioning, and nutrients. There's a lot of fighters on the lower level fighting way above their weight class because they don't have a nutritionist or they don't have the finances to make weight the way they should make weight or to have the proper sparring. That all goes into it. The biggest difference between Crawford, Errol Spence, and guys that's not in the top 15 is simply backing. There's probably a fighter out there that could be better than both of them who just didn't get the backing. But chasing Manny Pacquiao, it's looking pretty lame. Oh, I gotta fight him first. Like, come on, fight each other. But then again, that's boxing. That's Floyd. Everybody want to talk money. Errol Spence said, I retired my family. Oh, cool. Terence Crawford will retire right now the way he took care of his money. Why not just fight? But They chasing Manny Pacquiao and just feeding into the stereotype that blacks can't sell. You know, and they gotta think about it. You know, if y'all don't fight, boxing go on. Shit. You can't miss nothing you ain't never had. Pacquiao and Mayweather was the worst thing that happened for boxing. But, hey, man, let me know what you guys think. Don't forget me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. You can reach out if you have a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video request. All my social media links in the description. Facebook group there as well. You can check my live streams out on Sportscastr. Links there. Create a profile. It's free. Follow me there. Want to make a financial donation? Cash App, CJGood313. PayPal link in the description. Cash App in the description. Appreciate the love, support. Share the videos. Hit that subscribe button, bell icon button. We gone.